After we picked up all our bikes, we rode to the Cathedral of Our Lady in Antwerp, which held various paintings by Rubens. Rubens was born in 1577 in Germany, but lived most of his life in Antwerp, Belgium, and he also was a very famous Baroque artist. A few of Rubens' paintings are housed in this cathedral, which brings me to a beautiful tale about a novel that's called A Dog of Flanders, a very old one about a boy called Nello and his dog Patrasche, set in Antwerp. Nello became an orphan at the age of 2 when his mother died, and his grandfather, who wasn't very wealthy, lived in a village near the city of Antwerp. One day Nello and his grandfather found the dog, Patrasche, almost beaten to death, and due to good care and kindness decided to keep the dog and bring it back to good health. The two formed an unbelievable friendship where they would walk to town together every day and visit this cathedral where Nello would admire the paintings of Rubens. Due to unforeseen events through his life, his young life, Nello decides he wants to go and have a look at the paintings, Rubens' paintings in this cathedral, but he couldn't afford it. There was no money for him to go in. And then on the night of Christmas Eve, Nello and Patrasche actually found the door of the church open, and Nello got to see Rubens' beautiful pieces of artwork. But unfortunately, the next morning, they had passed away from hypothermia in front of the altar. This novel, published in 1872 by Marie-Louise de la Ramée, hopefully I've said that right, has become a worldwide story. And from here we rode on to a castle that is a medieval fortress in the old city centre of Antwerp called Het Steen. This is in Belgium and it's one of Europe's biggest shipping ports. Het Steen is translated from Dutch meaning the rock in English. And this medieval fortress was built between the years 1200 and 1225, and it was built during the Middle Ages. Today the Het Steen is a hotspot as a visiting centre for tourists and is also a cruise terminal.
We've got the oldest Antwerp, the oldest church, the oldest court of justice, and the oldest, a bit further, oldest wall of the city from the 10th to the 11th century. Yeah? So this is really Antwerp, where here the Congo ships moored, going to Congo from the North Sea up to the south. And now we've got cruises. That building has been a prison, a part of the building then, right? It's now the cruise terminal for big ocean cruises, not the very big MSC 400 meters. They can't turn on the river because a lot of curves. 300 meters is still okay. The draught is okay, but not the length of the ship. And they come in high tide, of course. In Dorn, big ships, you've got bigger river cruises here. And this is again the entrance to the city because it's tourist office.
This next building is called a meat hall, as in meat, M-E-A-T, eating meat. And they were particular because they had a real particular type of brickwork, which you can see there, which was very common to the area. People could distinguish that is the meat hall because of that brickwork, which I find amazing.
Central station of Antwerp is chosen and selected by architects to the fourth most beautiful central station in the world.
And then we rode through to the central station of Antwerp. The beauty of this station boasts marble floors, stained glass windows, gorgeous columns, a huge dome that floods the space with natural light. And it's often referred to in Belgium as the railway cathedral, as it was voted one of the most beautiful stations in the world. The remainder of our bike tour went around the ports and also where people live in the boats and where they cruise in and the docks, and then we returned back to our point of call where we dropped the bikes off and enjoyed a really lovely lunch afterwards.
Oh, are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh wow! It's Belgian chocolate for sure. Look at the old tram.
Yeah.
Hey Munchie, look at the old tram.
I could see. Oh look. There's Vinny.
Oh! Vinny! Up, up. You pet the dog?
Yeah.
You pet the dog? Then we visit St. Anna Tunnel in Antwerp. This impressive tunnel was engineered and built in 1931, and it was an alternative to a bridge which would have disrupted the heavy ship traffic in the port activities. So during this time in the 1930s, they built a tunnel under the water, under the river, spanning 572 metres, and it's 31.5 metres below the river's surface. The absolute feature with this is that it has beautiful wooden escalators dating back to the 30s and that are beautifully preserved. They are still operating, as you can see, today. And as you can see here, we're just going down, down, down to the bottom of the tunnel before we walk across. And you could bring your push bikes, and it's a pedestrian tunnel as well. And it's an absolute beautiful feature. About this tunnel is that it links one side of the river to the other side of the river, which makes it really good for employment and schooling. It did suffer though significant damage during World War II. However, it's been carefully restored and is a vital conduit for today's commuters.
A long walk from the stairs. We can't get far away though. We'll have to get away. We were going to chase you, Harry, say you couldn't get far away. Wow, this is amazing. How long?
That just mind-blowing how long.
So at the moment we're actually already under the water.
Yeah. And if we go to the other side. Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
It only exists in 7 years. It was there before, then a long time.
Yeah.
This was the most easy connection to the city. Otherwise, you have to. There is another tunnel in the south of Antwerp, a big thermic and highway tunnel.
Yep. Wow.
With also cycling paths or cycles.
Yeah.
But if you use that one, it's really the south of Antwerp.
Yep.
If you are living there and you're working here, this is the most
Easiest way to do it. And clearly people ride their bike, so it's just a straight run. Easy.
200 metres down, under the river at the moment. And it's still going. Still going.